Premier League Aston Villa vs Arsenal prediction, team news, lineups preview. Arsenal managers past and present collide in the West Midlands on Saturday evening, when the Gunners make the trip to tackle Unai Emery's Aston Villa in the Premier League. Both sides have 3 points on the board after one outing, as the Lions edged out West Ham United 2-1 on the opening weekend, while Mikel Arteta's team put 2 unanswered goals past Wolverhampton Wanderers. Match preview. Had Duran got his way earlier in the transfer window, the Colombian striker would be donning a different shade of claret than the one he currently sports, having teased a move to West Ham on social media before a deal ultimately fell through. Duran watched on for an hour at the London Stadium last weekend as a Lucas Paqueta penalty cancelled out Amadou Onana's opening goal, and after Emery's men wasted a few opportunities to restore their advantage. Duran appropriately hammered the nail into the hammer's coffin 11 minutes from time. The fledgling forward celebrated his winner by pointing at the London Stadium turf in front of the Villa fans, a gesture that likely signalled his intent to stay with Emery's side rather than remain at West Ham's ground as he snapped the Lions' 4-match winless sequence in the Premier League. Based on the volume of chances they created, Villa should have put Julen Lopeteguy's men to the sword without the need for the South American's late intervention. But the Lions are now on the cusp of opening a Premier League season with back-to-back wins for just the 4th time. Formerly prevailing in an astonishing 15 Premier League games in a row at their home ground in 2023, Emery's side have since lost their consistency on their own patch in terms of victories, but not goals, having scored at least twice in their last 8 matches at Villa Park. Speaking of teams scoring multiple times in front of their own fans, Arsenal's inaugural game of 2024-25 saw them host a Wolves side whom they had scored against in 33 successive matches. A streak that became 34 when Kai Havertz nodded in Bukayo Saka's delivery. The Arsenal of old appeared to be back for a brief moment, though, as Arteta's men initially failed to build on that slender advantage and allowed Gary O'Neill's team back into the contest. But another Havertz-Saka link-up in the second half ended with the latter beating Jose Sa at his near post. Arsenal have and will continue to march to more convincing wins than last weekend's. Although some of Arteta's troops may have still been shaking off the summer cobwebs, and keeping Wolves at bay ensured that their Premier League winning sequence would stretch to a praiseworthy 7 matches. Also boasting the away day specialists label in the Premier League, Arsenal have accrued an astounding 25 points from a possible 27 in top-flight games on the road in 2024, keeping 7 clean sheets in those 9 matches and shipping just 3 goals in total. However, Villa were the only team to achieve a Premier League double over Arsenal last season, winning 1-0 at home before a shock 2-0 Emirates success, meaning that one-time Gunners manager Emery has the visitors' number in more ways than one. Team news. 8 minutes before full-time in Villa's beating of West Ham, right-back Matty Cash was taken off and appeared to have taken a knock to the top of his leg, although Emery did not mention any problem for the defender after the game. Regardless, backup right-back Kosta Nedeljkovic is waiting in the wings, although if Cash does miss out, Emery may side with experience and move Ezri Konsa to right-back, allowing Diego Carlos, despite being linked with a move away, to come back into the heart of defense. Boubacar Kamara and Tyrone Mings are still on the mend from serious knee injuries for Villa, who ought to consider promoting Duran to the first 11. The 20-year-old averages a goal every 103 minutes in the Premier League, second only to Erling Haaland, 1 every 85 for all current players with at least 5 goals in the competition. Arsenal were also forced into a late alteration during their win over Wolves, as Declan Rice succumbed to cramp a few minutes before the end, but the English midfielder is expected to be given the thumbs-up to line up at Villa Park. Fabio Vieira hip may also recover in time for the trip to the West Midlands, but fullback duo Kieran Tierney hamstring and Takahiro Tomiyasu need still have several weeks to go in their respective recoveries. Fresh from his goal and assist in the Wolves' victory, Havertz is bidding to banish some personal demons on Saturday, as the ex-Chelsea striker has never scored or set up a teammate in 7 previous Premier League meetings with Villa. His worst record against a single English top-flight side. Aston Villa possible starting lineup. Martinez, Cash, Konsa, Torres, Digny, Bailey, Tielemans, Onana, McGinn, Watkins. Duran. Arsenal possible starting lineup. Raya, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Partey, Rice, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli. We say, Aston Villa 1-1 Arsenal. 14 wins at Villa Park is Arsenal's joint most at an away Premier League venue. But the Gunners were fortunate not to have been punished for some sloppy play against Wolves, where they were not at their scintillating best. Arteta's men can always be back to keep things watertight or close to watertight in defense. But with Duran and Ollie Watkins carrying a potent threat up front for Villa, we can envisage Saturday's contest ending in a hotly contested draw. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.